All right, so what we're gonna do is shoulder extension Pails rails. So for this, I'm basically gonna utilize a wall and a mobility stick or a dowel or PVC pipe. So I'm gonna, get up against the wall. The shoulder that I'm working up is gonna be, pressed up against the wall, making contact. This dowel is gonna go behind us. And basically what I'm gonna do is, once my shoulder is anchored into the wall, I'm gonna slowly kind of walk my arm into extension as much as I can tolerate. Now, what I'm trying to do is use the wall as a buffer so I don't necessarily rotate or pivot, to create, false extension. So, I'm trying to orient my trunk in this direction while I maximize my extension on the backside. So once I reach, the max extension that I have on this side, I'm gonna initiate my 2 minutes of rest and digest breathing. So I'm breathing in diaphragmatically, in through my nose, out through my mouth for 2 minutes. I'm using a 4-8 count. And the idea is everything on the of my shoulder is really starting to elongate, starting to open up. I'm at rest and digest. So I'm doing tension under time, or time under tension. That way I can maximize the increase in that range, the soft tissue. So once I'm done with my 2 minutes, I'm gonna initiate my Pails rails contraction. So my Pails contraction is gonna be pushing the dowel down into the floor. So everything on the top side of my wrist hand, on my top side of my elbow, into my front of my shoulder, all the way down into my pec, is thinking about maximizing contraction, pushing the dowel down to the floor. So 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, whatever's comfortable for you. Now, once you reach your max intensity, you're gonna hold that contraction for about 15 seconds. Afterwards, you're gonna start to zero back down. So we're not just collapsing, we're bringing from 80 to 60 to 40 to 20 to 0. And then the second contraction, my rails contraction, I'm thinking everything on the back side of my wrist hand, backside of my elbow, backside of my shoulder, is thinking about lifting the dowel off the floor. Now, technically I'm at a disadvantage already because I'm at max end range, so I'm not expecting to actually lift the dowel. The idea is the effort, the contraction is there. So we're gonna ramp up contraction, 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, max intensity, max effort, whatever's comfortable for you. You're gonna hold that for 15 seconds, at which point you're gonna start to relax, bring it back down out to 0. And then, in theory, what we would have done is opened up additional range of motion in that shoulder. And so, what we'll do for the second pass is we'll start to explore if we can capture any more of that additional range that we opened up. I'll start my second pass for 1 minute stretch, diaphragmatic breathing, and then my second pass of Pails rails are gonna be that same effort, same intensity, same amount of time.